Hi everybody, welcome once again to TDL Live. Yes! Woo! No live audience this week. It's a different feel to the show. I'm Ryan Ritchie. Adam Ford. It is New Announcement Eve.
It is.
Happy New Announcement Eve
Thank
to
you. You too, sir.
I'm sure we have a lot in the fishbowl there to talk about with New Announcement Eve. Will we get hardware? Will we get software? All to be revealed.
Will we get both?
Will we get both?
Or something unheard of.
Will we...
Flying saucer.
Or an animatronic Steve to make it seem like everything's fine. Let's go in the bowl. Let's get it started. By the way, as always, you can chat with us, TDL Live, or you can send an email, feedback at thedigital-lifestyle.tv. And don't forget, you can also call us. We'll have that number coming up.
Will we?
Yes, we will.
Okay. Apple continues Mac OS 10.5.5 seating 9F32.
I'm sorry?
It's code.
What does that
code
mean?
For all you in the know. I have no idea. That's just what they're calling it. It's build 9F32. That's what it is. So basically, it's recommended for everybody when it's going to come out. But right now, it's just a developer release. So they're working on the next version. So they're addressing apparently 129 bugs. Seems like a good number to address. You know,
It's a lot of bugs.
Just under 130, but enough to make it seem like you're doing something. So that's good news. So we should see some improvements in the probably not too distant future.
Nice.
All you 9F32ers out there, thank you for doing your developer job and reporting those bugs.
And you kicked the butt, may I just say, of the 9C26ers.
Oh, absolutely.
If you know what I'm saying.
Absolutely. There's way more bugs found this time.
3 more bugs, and we're going to call you Orkin Computer Company.
Oh.
Orkin.
We'll be here all night, folks.
Only half an hour.
Only for a little while. We're kidding.
Okay. Let's see what we've got here. iPod Nano 4G. Tomorrow, did we get it?
Well, that's what they're talking about.
The long screen, the Zuni screen, I'm calling it. Very Zunish.
Yeah, it's that long profile there that they got going on.
I would be very surprised. I mean, all reports seem to be this is going to happen, but it kind of surprises me. I think the 3rd gen Nano is kind of nice to have the wide screen on a wider body.
Right.
You know, when that first came out, some people mocked it and thought, oh, it's the fatty. Yeah,
right.
You know, no offense out there, but I've grown to appreciate it, and I'd hate to see the screen be any narrower now that we've seen it that wide. I guess it'll just be high.
No, but I think when you go to video, it's gonna do the rotates, and then you'll get the wide. You get more of a wide screen.
I understand that, but what if you're playing games?
I don't know.
Because your controls would be switched. You see, you'd be sideways.
They're discontinuing games.
Or new games, maybe new games for the 4G.
Or maybe.
Don't discontinue the games. We took a lot of time to do all those reviews.
Yeah, please don't do that.
Don't get out of those. One question here about whether the new iTunes will be done in Cocoa.
Wait, new iTunes?
Oh my goodness!
What?
I'm jumping ahead in the.
What?
See if you can pull out the iTunes.
All right, let me see what I can find.
Let's see what you find in there. We don't want to jump ahead.
We'll get there.
Hang in there, folks.
Oh, not. This is not iTunes, but it's kind of freaking cool.
Okay.
So, Google is launching its own fleet of ships to battle the internet.
Well, now hold on. Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
That's completely wrong. They're not doing that.
They're launching a fleet of patents that
yes.
could allow them to
exactly. So they filed. Google filed a patent. Their little drawing is pretty funny. So basically, they're saying that they're going to want to put web servers and stuff in ships, like container ships or just floating things on the water, and have it power, at least get 30% of its power from the currents around the ship, and power the internet from a boat.
It's a real shame. It's all going to rely on Wi-Fi to get back to the to the shore. That's going to be the that's where it all falls apart. Oh,
man, 3G again.
Of course, we'll have the show notes in the forum after tonight's show, and you will be able to go follow the link to see the drawings because
it's pretty humorous.
The patent drawings are pretty entertaining.
They're pretty good.
Speaking of the forum, we had a question.
We had a poll up there.
Last week we had asked you, we were talking about the security flaw with the iPhone and the passcode, and we said, well, does anybody use this? And then we got all Web 2.0 on it, and we said, you know what? let's ask people if they use it.
Yep.
And you responded a resounding 92% saying no on the passcode.
Yeah.
And the rest of the folks saying they tried it and then ditched it.
Ditched it. Nobody said, yes, I'm using the passcode. You know, and I posted a little reply on there. I'm like, no, I don't use it, but come to think of it, probably should, because with all the data and everything and what we were talking about, you know, all your information's on the phone.
Right.
And like more so than phones of past, of yesteryear, I'll call it.
Oh, jeez.
Some folks are still stuck in yesteryear, and you probably have better reception for it. But I'm thinking about it, and I probably should use it, but it's like I'm so super lazy that I cannot bring myself to enter like a few digits to then get access to the phone, and it's a shame.
Life moves too fast. You can't be bogged down with...
It does. It moves pretty speedily.
This must have you frightened right now.
Oh, it does.
I just want to... I'm told we will not have that phone number tonight, actually.
No.
But if you watched last week, it's 408. I know that much.
It's definitely a 408 number. We've got everything very well put together this week.
As usual, long-time watchers are saying, yeah, you know, they're really off tonight, usually.
Spot on.
What? I don't know what happened.
And before I drop this on the floor
Yes,
throw it through the computer.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's my
up.
it's my turn here. Okay. Let's see what we got. Oh boy. You know the tiny ones are usually gems.
They
That's what we
typically
say.
are.
Oh. Prop item, it says here. Prop item.
I am not familiar with this story.
It's a story involving a prop, obviously.
Slightly terrified.
No, there's no bucket that's going to fall on you or anything. So something interesting happened today in the publishing world. Esquire magazine. Are you an Esquire reader?
No.
I don't really get it. Is it a men's magazine? Is it a news magazine? Is it technology? I don't really get it.
I'm not even familiar with it.
Well, you might want to pick up this issue.
So it's an actual publication.
Yes, real
I've heard
paper
of them.
pulp publication.
I've heard of that.
But
Sounds wasteful.
it might not be in the future, my friend, because today's copy of Esquire, the special edition, if you can find it, they're limited editions, actually has an e-ink cover. And I have one.
An e-ink cover?
Yes.
Cover? What the heck does that even mean?
Well, here we go. We'll see here. You'll look at that. Do you see what's happening there? Let's go ahead and get a zoom in there if we can, Matt Girl. So this is... There you go. And at home, it might just look like some blinking lights, but this is actually an e-ink panel, and you'll see the words here will change as well. Well, they're the same words, but they change. And if you go to the blog, there's a whole blog entry about this, a full video. You can check this out. And then on the inside, there's another panel here for the Ford Edge. Is that the Edge?
Yeah, that's definitely the Edge. Flex.
Definitely the Edge.
Definitely the flexing edge.
Oh, yeah. You're going to get kicked off the Ford podcast. But at any rate, pretty cool. And again, in the blog, there's a 3-minute video. You can get a better sense of this. It's pretty neat. It's something's mesmerizing about it.
Yes.
Okay. So, for those of you
Our listeners are awesome. Viewers, excuse me.
Viewers, yes. But really cool. Check it out. It's kind of the future printing. It might be the end of paper printing and e-ink printing.
That's awesome.
I understand a listener has provided us with our own phone number.
Yes, and thank you.
It's 408-627-8242.
That does sound familiar.
408
That does sound familiar.
627-8242. If I could take the folks behind the scenes for just a minute. The night we were getting the phone number, I'm just gonna lay it all out there.
Go ahead.
Transparency.
You do what you want.
We use Grand Central.
We do.
We can another Google service, and don't get us started on Blogger, but we'll get to that.
We'll get to that.
We use Grand Central, and of course you get a list of numbers to pick from, and I think it was highly entertaining. We spent a good half hour with me saying, well, 62, let's see, what would spell TDL? What sounds good? We don't want any odd numbers.
I'm like, pick the damn number.
So that's what we did. 408-627-8242. Thank you, Vince, for keeping us on track here.
We appreciate it.
Now someone will send us send us a voicemail, and we'd love to use it next week on the show or throughout the week. Oh,
Yeah.
you're jumping right in. Did you have any more comment on the? By the
No,
way,
I think that's pretty super dope.
it's $5.99. It's the same price the magazine always is. They're a little bit limited supply. In the blog, I talk about some tips for finding it in your local bookstore because I know I had some trouble.
Are there disclaimers about like if you fold it wrong and it cracks?
Well,
is it like going to eat your soul? Like,
what
happens?
What I noticed is the screen itself
Oh, it's kind of flexible.
Is flexible, but the electronics are in the middle here, so that part's kind of stiff. And then you've got the other panel down here at the bottom.
That's pretty cool.
So check that out. Again, video in the blog. You can
battery
see it
in
there
there
as
or
well.
something?
Battery, it's supposed to last about 90 days. But, for hackers who want to get an e-ink screen and maybe play around a little bit, $6, not bad.
Cool.
Moving on. Back to Google. Oh, Gurenji.
I don't know how to say that.
Well, this is. You know what this is? This is a leftover. This is. I can smell it. This was left over from last week.
I thought it felt like a leftover.
You'll remember we went a little long last week.
Yeah.
Gurenji, I hope I'm saying that correctly. It's a Slovenia-based refrigerator company. And if I could just offend our Slovenians out there. Well, I guess I already did. No need to make a joke. It's already done. They have created the first officially licensed iPod refrigerator.
Wow.
Thank heavens.
Keeps your iPods fresh.
Unlike this news.
Right.
Your iPod docks in the fridge, and isn't that great?
Does it turn into beer or something? Why would I want to do this?
Well, you know how TVs now have like the LCD screens built in sometimes. Wouldn't you want to have this big of a screen on your TV?
Oh,
on
is that
your
what
fridge,
it's for?
rather?
That's what it's for?
Yeah, you dock your iPod in the fridge and watch
Come on, it's got to do more. It has speakers in it or something? Does it like dance to the music?
It offers a docking port that will stream music from the Apple device. In addition to playing content of and charging devices, users who plug their Wi-Fi equipped iPhones or iPod Touch devices will be able to control their appliances via a network and the iGurenj software. Because you know how all the time you're like, I need to control my fridge.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, you're like that.
So my question is, since it's officially licensed, does that mean Apple's getting their normal 10% cut of the fridge price for the made for iPod logo on the fridge?
I imagine, if it's on there.
You would think so. 408-627-8242.
Leave a message.
Do you want to go again? Because I feel like I...
Yeah, I would like to,
Oh
actually.
my goodness. That does not look like much news.
Come on. Critics boo Microsoft Seinfeld Gates ad. I don't know how many of you have seen this ad. It's been running fairly regularly.
And it's in the blog.
It's in the blog, and there's a... so basically the way that it works, Bill Gates is buying shoes, which makes complete and perfect sense. Everybody needs shoes.
Sure.
He runs into Jerry Seinfeld. Quite the coincidence. And they bring in some non-native English speakers into the fold at some point.
Oh, right.
Through the
They're
window.
talking about the conquistador shoes.
Shoes, yep. And Jerry likes to shower with his shoes on, and at the end, what it boils down to is they end up walking out of the shoe store and into the parking lot of the mall, and Seinfeld is trying to get some glimmer of information out of Gates about the future of the computing world.
Because there's so many Microsoft rumor sites.
Right.
Okay. Everybody always wants to know, what's Microsoft doing next?
Right.
Yes.
So Jerry basically asks, I don't remember exactly how he phrases it, but he's like, can I eat the computer because I would love a tasty snack? And he was like, if it's true, just like shake your shorts. And like Gates does like a butt shake or whatever, and he's like, I knew it. And then the Windows logo comes up.
There you go. Look out, Mac versus PC ads.
I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be buying, but maybe it's shoes. Maybe it's Conquistador shoes.
Well, see, the metaphor I took from it, and I don't think this was the point, was that the shoe,
probably wasn't.
The shoe didn't fit, right? And then he said, and Seinfeld
size 10. It's a size 10.
Size 10.
Size 10.
And Seinfeld says that you have to work it, and it made me think of how Vista and XP work.
Yeah.
In that you try them, and they don't really work.
They don't fit.
And then you have to adjust to it. It's like, well, learn to live with it. So I actually thought it kind of reminded me of what's wrong with Windows.
So maybe you have to put your Windows into the shower. that how it works?
Put your PC laptops into the shower, and yes, it'll be fine.
I don't get it.
Fun little side note for you that we had this on the blog. We mentioned that it was kind of ridiculous. A while back, we had an invitation to head out to Microsoft's headquarters to talk to them about Office and Silverlight. Coincidentally, got an email that won't be happening.
Is that right?
Yes.
No kidding.
Yes.
Did you really?
Yes. Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome.
They weren't able to accommodate us.
Thanks, Windows.
So, take from that what you will. I'm sure it's a coincidence.
Yeah, I'm sure. Sure it is.
Before we head into the bowl, just a quick note about our blog, because it's been a little sketchy for some.
Sorry.
You may have noticed. Basically, what's happening is, again, full disclosure, we use Blogger from Google to help power the blog, and we wanted to move it to a more convenient location, both for you and for us, so we could do some fun things and not be locked into the look it had.
Right.
And that has become some words I cannot say here on the show, but if you're subscribed to the old feed, you should be good now to be seeing the new entries.
And might I add, if you're not, feedback at thedigiallifestyle.tv, let us know, or even leave a voicemail, 408-627-8242.
Very good. And if you're considering a free blogging software, might I suggest WordPress? Because Blogger, no support. There's the peer support forums.
Right.
I got to tell people what happened.
I think you should have to have a post with that.
I will.
Whole discussion.
I will. I'll post the discussion. But basically, one person tried to help me out, not a blogger / Google employee.
No.
And they've taken away all the email contacts. You cannot email support at Blogger. There is not a support form. So I was so fed up that I took my letter I took my information explaining what was wrong, printed it out, and sent it in the old U.S. mail to Blogger team. And I said, you know what, guys? If you get this message and you can read it before my blog is fixed, that's really sad. So that should have arrived on Wednesday. The blog, as we want it to be, still isn't working. No. But rest assured, now if you see the feeds, you will get the new posts.
Yeah, we do have new content is up there. Yeah. We have a fix right now.
Right. Just bear with us, and if you do see anything strange, please let us know. Okay, now I'm going in.
Do it.
Let me check on some of these comments here, asking about Coco for iTunes. Some people disappointed that you were not familiar with Esquire magazine, and some folks disappointed with the Orkin joke to start the show. Well, if that's bugging you, okay.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Here we go. Even Mac Girl behind the camera, very, very disappointed with that one. iPhone 3G now available at Best Buy. As of yesterday.
Because it's my favorite place to shop.
I don't even think that's true.
It's not. I like perusing the Best Buy, but if you need help, not the best place to go.
On my to-do list tomorrow, although things are already going to be chaotic with the launch tomorrow, the event with Apple, I do want to stop by my neighborhood Best Buy and just kind of give them, hey, what's this iPhone about? And I've been looking at the chocolate and just see what they do. Yeah. See whether they know their stuff on the iPhone. Let us know if you've been to Best Buy, by the way, and purchased an iPhone, or if you've played your own. If you've punked the guy at Best Buy, no hidden camera footage. We can't use it. But
we can't.
I don't.
Submit it.
We have to say
submit it.
But we can't. Okay. I think we're good. So I look forward to checking that out at Best Buy. If history is any indicator, folks will probably get boxes with like stones in them or empty boxes.
Oh right, yeah. What do we got here? Leaked photo of 4th generation iPod Nano in packaging. So it's just another one of your iPod 4th generation iPod Nano. So it was the whole tall, like the photo that I'm thinking of, if memory serves me correctly. It's actually an orange, pretty cool orange color. Like I think the colors are supposed to be bolder than the current like Easter egg iPod Nanos that we have. So it's the longer profile, same sort of packaging in the box, the plastic box. and really a cool orange shade. So I'm kind of psyched about that because I like the orange.
You're big on the bright
I like
colors?
the orange. Yeah. You know.
So let's get into this tomorrow. As far as, again, for those of you who don't know the time or anything, it's 10 a.m. Pacific. Which, you know the time now. I mean the thing. 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern time. Steve, we think Steve. We hope it's Steve.
Can we talk about that for a minute?
We certainly can. But anyhow, that's when the Apple event is slated to take place. And then later in the afternoon, 5 p.m. Eastern, 4:32 Pacific, we'll be live on the Digital Lifestyle TV. I'll give you a look at what's new software and hardware-wise, assuming there's something new software and hardware-wise. Now, to go back to what you said.
Yes.
Let's hope Steve's there.
Yeah. So those of you who are shareholders or have been watching the stock, you've seen it plummet over the past couple days, and really since the whole what's it called?
Charades. Give me charades.
It was released, but it shouldn't have been.
Leak.
Obituary.
Oopsie obituary.
Yeah, obituary was leaked, and people already thought that he was
rough,
not in such great health, so that obviously didn't help anything. So now there's the whole Steve dying sort of thing going on, and sort of the consensus is if he shows up tomorrow, everything's good. If he doesn't show up tomorrow, everything is bad. So Steve, please show up tomorrow.
And the concern, we were talking,
and look good, eat something.
We were talking before the show. The concern is that it was a strong day on the market today, and Apple didn't really ride the wave, as it were. Apple down about $3 today, and usually, it's buy on the rumor, sell on the sizzle. Buy on the.
Bye.
I went down again. But at any rate, that's concerning to me because I almost think, are there some people who know that tomorrow is going to be a rough day? Because it seemed like an odd day to sell the stock, given that the market overall was headed upwards.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I gotta think he would be there.
I have to think he's going to be there.
I think if he wasn't going to be there, they would have said something before now to kind of tamp down the expectations.
I guess.
Because everyone assumes he's going to be there.
I don't know, but he wasn't there for. No, well, I guess he was there for. He's always there in some capacity.
He's
whether it's introducing somebody else or whatever.
And at the risk of really upsetting him, if he's watching, he's kind of becoming like Grandpa at Christmas. He comes in the door and everyone says, "Oh, Grandpa's here," and then they park him in the corner, and some other folks do it. Wow, I'm sorry. Those are the words I'll come to regret. All those cease and desists they haven't sent now are going to be. But I mean that in a cool, hip way.
Yeah, absolutely. He brings the funk.
Steve, 408. That's all right. All right. Mobile Me update. This is a leftover from last week, but still fresh because I understand you have been less than thrilled with your Mobile Me experience. Still,
it just doesn't work right. I don't know how else to explain it. It just doesn't work right. I get emails like hours after they're sent, which is better than the days after they were sent. But even just today, somebody Mobile Me to Mobile Me, so it was a Mobile Me account sending to a Mobile Me account, delivered hours after. And this person knows to now copy another email address of mine, knowing that they're not going to get the freaking email, because it just doesn't work right. And you had mentioned, change the phone from push to fetch. Because I commented that I don't have these I never had these problems before we went to Mobile Me, and it went out every half an hour and fetched new mail.
Right.
And that's no, because it should work the way that it's intended. And how am I going to know that it's not working if I switch to a method of retrieving mail that I know to work?
Well, then switch it back. I'm just saying, just move it from push to the update, the notification thing, and then bring it back to push. You're being stubborn.
Why would I want to do that?
So your mail would work.
No, but then I can hit from the main screen with all of my mail accounts. I can just hit the little get my mail thing in the corner, and then voila! Magically, I have mail.
Voila!
Yeah, voila.
Okay. Voila. What we'll do is, why don't we make that the poll question? So after tonight, we'll go into the blog.
Do you think Mobile Me sucks?
Do you? In the forum, are you still having Mobile Me issues? Let me ask you this. Are you using Mac accounts or Me accounts for the email?
I'm using Mac accounts.
Okay. All right. I'm just helping you troubleshoot, trying to gather more data.
It just needs to work.
But you just need to switch it off and switch it back on again. Have you never called Comcast? This is the first step you do. Turn it off, turn it back on again.
Refuse to do that.
All right. Fine.
I'm ready for a iPhone software update.
When a light bulb blows out, do you change it or do you say, oh, that light bulb should have kept burning?
No, because I expect it to burn out. I also expect to get my email.
Well, it's a new era, my friend.
Did I mention it's a pay service? Was that you or me? Was that you?
That was me. That was me.
Yep.
You had a lot on it, but that's fine.
I did.
It's all you.
I'm going. Oh, this is a chunky one. What?
Always stir your news.
Microphone tech gurus to hone
Microsoft.
I said Microsoft.
And he said microphone.
Microphone?
It's a big difference. It's
Is
really important to the story.
Microsoft tech gurus to hone Windows retail pitch.
Look out, geniuses.
So is that the idea that there's going to be PC genius?
Microsoft Guru. They're going to deploy them Best Buy, Circuit City.
Oh, I see that. Yes. It's in the story.
What, are you just now seeing the story?
I don't know what would make you think that.
One key difference being that they're not actually doing any tech support, which I think is just awesome.
I'm sorry? Yeah. What are they doing then? What are they doing?
They're extolling the virtues of Vista.
What the heck does that mean?
I don't know. But this might seem like a
giant waste of money
and a ripoff of the Apple Genius Bar, but they say no, this is like the personal shopping services you would find in Europe.
They use the word snowflake.
I'm sorry?
They use the word snowflake.
To mean what?
I don't know. Snowflake.
An intricate snow. Oh, well, that's in the story. So
did they really say that we couldn't come to Microsoft?
They said that availability would not. They couldn't accommodate us.
They couldn't.
Yes.
Did we ask them again if we could come,
I don't know.
Or did they just send that?
I had followed up recently.
Okay.
Let's talk about that offline though. You're really
but I'm sorry, but I was calculating my response to this
based on whether we're going to make it there. Well, here's the thing. Okay, and on the iChat, some folks asking about the Mojave Project, and we've briefly talked about Mojave Project before. Basically, Mojave Project being this part of the big ad campaign as well, $300 million makeover that includes the Bill Gates ads and things like Microsoft Gurus, that you show people Vista, but tell them it's something else, and then they love it.
I love this part though. It's a personal Windows shopper, so they help you decide which version of Vista you need. Is that what they do?
You know, there's a lot of them. If they just had one version,
it looks like
even
$300 million. $300 million.
$300 million.
What?
$300 million.
Is it that confusing? You have that many offerings? It's that confusing that we need a personal guru?
I guess so. The answer is yes. The answer, yes.
That's wonderful.
Okay. All right. Oh, my goodness. We're getting low here. Don't forget, again, 5 p.m. Eastern tomorrow, Tuesday, and 2 p.m. Pacific. I'll be here with an overview of whatever is announced tomorrow.
Goodies. All the goodies.
And if Steve isn't there, oh boy. I'll be at the bank, actually. Apple admits British man invented iPod in 1979. So, British gentleman by the name of Kane Kramer. It's 1979. He comes up with this device. Kind of looks like a creative jukebox in the early 90s. And it would store and play back up to 3.5 minutes of music.
Wow.
Kane lives in obscurity. No one really knows his story. He probably says to the kids, you know, I invented
iPod.
Personal music players, iPods. Like, yeah, whatever. Well, all of a sudden Apple needed him. Because this could be the lawsuit of the week. Due to, I believe it's the lawsuit they have going on with Burst, they basically needed to prove that the general concept of digital music predated what some other folks had done. Mm-hmm. They roll him in there, and for his time, he was compensated for the days he was there, mm-hmm. and they gave him an iPod.
Sporting.
And the punchline here being it stopped working after a few months.
So, is that right? Did it?
Yes, that's true. It's absolutely true.
Nice.
So, final one.
Final story.
No leftovers this week.
No
that's
leftovers.
Good. It'll be all fresh.
See, we got the question in the beginning. We've become full circle.
Full circle.
iTunes 8, iPhone 2.1, both due on Tuesday. Question mark. It actually has a question mark.
So let's do it. Let's do our predictions.
So I think that yes, I think we do get the iTunes 8.
Okay.
I'm banking on iPhone 2.1 because what I have right now simply won't do.
Okay.
And I'm thinking portable refresh.
Portable refresh. That's kind of out there.
Portable refresh.
Wow. And you're saying no to the iPod?
No, I think we're gonna get that too.
Just the Nano?
Smorgasbord. Just the Nano. Just the Nano.
See, that doesn't make any sense to me. Everybody keeps saying about the Nano, but I think the classic iPod is either going to disappear or it's going to get an update as well. Did you forget about the classic? Most people have.
Yeah, I forgot about it, which is why I don't think that they're going to talk about it.
It might just disappear.
Because they don't need. I don't think they need a reminder of what we still have it.
Okay, but it is the highest storage capacity, unless we see higher touches tomorrow, which might be part of it as well.
That could be part of it.
I don't think you're going to see anything with portables. I think it's just going to be straight music. You get your iTunes 8, iPhone, new software. Maybe, I would say the wild card here would be subscription service. Oh, real quick, I got to connect with our young demographic. Watched the VMAs last night.
Oh, heyo.
I enjoyed the performances from Lil Wayne, I'm told, and T.I.
I think it's CI.
Not IT.
I think it's IT. You're on the right show if it is.
But anyhow, the thing that I noticed beyond that I'm out of touch with the music is that the ads were all for subscription music services. Rhapsody had an ad, Verizon was pushing their service, and then also it was the Pepsi promotion with Amazon, which is MP3 downloads, but the other two were subscription services. So I think they're getting a little scared that Apple might unleash the whole subscription service.
I'm not buying.
Mac Girl tell me I'm crazy. She's giving me one of these
Crazy.
Oh, it's the wrap up. It's the wrap up.
IT. Come on.
IT. I'm going to be a rapper named IT.
Yeah. Okay.
Laying down the Cat 5.
Okay. Stop. Just stop.
We're going to stop.
We're going to end the show.
That's the end of the show. Maybe just for this week. Maybe forever. I don't know. But no, we will be back next Monday. Don't forget, tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern, special wrap-up of the announcements. And we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye, everybody.